Hello, my name is Tomislav, and in this program I will guide you through some lesser known places in Croatia. Such places might not be on UNESCO's World Heritage List, but I'm sure they deserve your attention, especially if you prefer destinations that are less touristy. We'll start with the wonderful island of Cres. In case you wonder, the island of what? Let me help you with pronunciation by giving you the island's motto, which says "No stress on Cres." So, stay tuned and discover some truly wild gems of this island. Probably the best thing about this island is that it has remained undisturbed by mass tourism. Although it's one of the two biggest islands in Croatia, the population of Cres is only about 3,000, with the great majority living here in the eponymous town of Cres. There are only 2 hotels on the entire island, but there is enough private accommodation, along with several camps popular among nature lovers. The main tourist season includes July and August, which are also the hottest months. But if you're more into bike and hike kind of thing, June and September might even be more convenient. If nothing more, that's when accommodation is cheaper and you can find parking practically anywhere you want. Whenever you come, it's natural to begin your tour in the labyrinth of old narrow alleys of Cres town, whose pattern hasn't changed since the medieval period. Dead ends are clearly marked, so you don't have to worry about getting lost. The nearest beaches in Cres are only a few minutes away from the center. However, my suggestion is to skip them and keep walking for about 20 minutes until you get here. This is Kvarner beach, the most beautiful in the town if you ask me. In the evening, it also offers magnificent sunset scenery. Pebble Beaches are typical for Cres Island, and it's good to know that none of them is overcrowded. You know, the type with parasols lined up cheek by jowl. The beaches in the town are lively enough, but if you are looking for more secluded places, you'll get a few tips by the end of this video. While you're checking out the pleasant evening atmosphere in the town center, let me take you further afield. I suppose you'll want to discover more places, make some day trips or half-day trips, which is why I'm about to show you 4 picturesque villages and 1 fabulous beach. I hope you'll get to feel their vibe in order to figure out what to expect on this island. Our first stop will be a fairy tale looking town perched high atop a cliff. This charming little town behind me is Valen. It used to be an important town in the Middle Ages, whereas now it has only 15 permanent residents. Here you can experience Croatia as it once was. The depopulation process started during the communist regime. And as a result, nowadays more people from Valen live in Rijeka or even in wider Chicago area. The narrow streets of Valen might give you an impression that the time stopped, which is especially the case in winter, when the island is bereft of visitors. If you are into hiking, there are several marked routes around Bali. Today, Bali is mostly known for its eco-center, whose aim is to preserve endangered griffon vultures. In Croatia, they nest only on cliffs of Cres and nearby islands. Therefore, make sure you visit the Bali Visitor Center.
The Eco Center is open from April to October. They run a volunteer program too, with the minimum stay for a volunteer of 7 days.
The center features several exhibitions and the griffon vulture recovery area. It's possible to visit the recovery area only as a volunteer. Other visitors will just have to be satisfied with the live feed cameras. The reason is not to disturb the birds. Data from GPS devices have revealed that Cres griffon vultures can fly as far as Sweden or African country of Chad southwards, which is about 4,000 kilometers away. They are important for the island's ecosystem, as they feed on sheep carrion, thus preventing possible diseases. When it comes to sheep, there are more sheep than people on the island. The number is estimated at 15,000, but a century ago there were about 75,000. Just like elsewhere on the island, in Bali you can also spend a day on a beach. If you are adventurous, you can even try zipline.
Here in Bali and on Cres in general, you can still find many beaches just for yourself.
And very soon, you'll see that we can apply the same sentence for the next village on our route.
Right now I'm in the village of Lubenice. I came here by bike, but this is something I wouldn't actually recommend, because it was just too exhausting. The road from Valen to Lubenice is quite narrow, so I must admit that in summer cycling can be more tiring than pleasant, but it's up to you. The village lies on a cliff high above the Adriatic Sea, and the view from there is just amazing. On a clear day you can even see Pula in Istria. It's interesting that the streets in the village don't have names, there are just house numbers instead.
It might take effort to reach this beach, but once you do that, you'll experience something truly memorable. By no chance, don't wear flip-flops or sandals to get there, as the path is rugged. And in the end of this video, I will show you another possible way to the beach. Meanwhile, let me take you to Valen. Valen is a quiet and picturesque fishing village, famous for traditional cuisine and white pebble beaches with crystal clear sea. The next place on our route is Osor, which actually connects Cres and the neighboring island of Lošinj.
Osor is a tiny historic town with population of only about 60 people. However, in the medieval period it was a much more important town. Today it is the most famous for its summer music festival, Osor Musical Evenings.
You can find some historic monuments and narrow streets there. several nice beaches, and a canal with a swing bridge.
Before the ancient Romans arrived, Cres and Lošinj were actually one island. But then it was the Romans who dug this canal and separated them forever.
It's interesting that the swing bridge opens twice a day for the bigger boats to pass, which is a great attraction for all visitors. Some of these boats that you're looking at might be going to the same location where we'll stop next, and this is Sveti Ivan Beach.
This is Sveti Ivan Beach, underneath the village of Lubenice. This time I arrived here by taxi boat.
On our way, we also stopped at the nearby Blue Grotto. My general advice is to arrive to this beach as early as possible, before lots of tourist boats join you. If you want to discover more secrets, this is the best book I've come across. It's very informative, it can help you create your perfect itinerary, and you can buy it on several locations across the Cres and Lošinj islands.
In conclusion, if you are an eco-friendly person who enjoys outdoor activities or exploring quaint little villages, then Cres might be the perfect option for you. But if you happen to wonder what's with clubbing or partying, then maybe you should just head for Novalja on Pag Island. Anyway, coming up next, Cres's first neighbor, the island of Lošinj.